Gas emergency. My name is Kimberly. Are you calling to report a gas leak or a gas outage?
No, I'm calling to discuss a gas issue that I had about 2022. Where
Okay.
gas was being sent through my house from the attic.
Okay. I'll be more than happy to help. What's your address to the property?
9001 Dawes DAWES Crossings XINGS, and that's in McDonough, Georgia 30252.
And may I have your first and last name, please?
Felicia Grissett.
And a telephone number, callback number for you, please.
There is none.
What's the number that you're calling from, just in case we get disconnected?
Ma'am, what you got a problem? Let's discuss the account. If I didn't give you a number, if I said there is none, there is none. I want to discuss the account. Are you ready?
Well, I'm sorry. I have to have a telephone number to get into the account. I'll just put the call center number.
Okay. You want a number? It's 404 604 4308. That was the number associated with the account.
Thank you for that. Allow me 2 to 3 minutes. I'm just going to pull up the account that you're calling for, okay?
I bet.
Thank you. Thank you for holding. So I did go ahead and access your account. I have your address of 9001 Dawes Crossing, McDonough, Georgia 30252. Okay, how may I assist you?
Do you see January the 18th when I made a phone call in reference to a gas leak or smelling gas?
I'm going to the orders and I can look and see. Yes, ma'am. I do see a gas leak order for January the 18th.
Okay, at what time was that order?
The order was taken at 10:20 in the morning.
Negative. I got a video or whatever that shows that they came out that night. So let me try this again. What time did they come out or whatever to inquire about the gas that I was calling? When I dialed 911.
I apologize. It's 10:20 at night, not a.m.
That sounds about right. And you do got where I was stating that I was smelling gas, right?
Correct, yes, ma'am.
Great. Now,
upstairs.
Thank you. Do you know who came out to my house? The gas personnel?
I can't see the actual name. I can just see the person's initials. It's TW.
TW. So y'all don't make them fill out what their names are?
They don't put their names. They just put their initials. That's all.
All right. Now, but will y'all be able to find whoever that person is if necessary?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Go ahead and file a complaint against that particular individual. That individual came to my house because actually he's a part of a conspiracy to commit murder. The government was sending gas through my home with me and my son on the inside or whatever. You may not be able to tell me his name or whatever, but you're going to tell the FBI what his name is because he's going to prison. Do you understand?
I sincerely apologize. What I'll do is I'll send an email over to the supervisors in this area for this technician and have them reach out and contact you directly so you all can speak directly.
Speak to what technician?
I said the supervisor. I'm going to send an email to the supervisor in the field for this technician so that you and that supervisor can speak it directly.
Oh, negative. Because he can't call me back or whatever unless he emails me. You want my email address?
I can do an email address if you would like.
That sounds about right. Okay. You see my first name and my last name, right?
Yes, ma'am. Miss Felicia Grissett.
Okay. That's where you're going to send. That's where he's going to send correspondence. So we're going to correspond via email. And do this for me. Go ahead and let him know I'm going to give him by the close of business to go ahead and send over like a response or whatever, trying to find out the name of that personnel that came to my house. Because usually when you say you smell gas, more than one person supposed to come out. You're supposed to have the fire department. You're supposed to have a slew of police officers. Only one police officer and your gentleman came out. Only 2 people came out to my house. That was weird, but it's okay. He also did some damage or whatever when he shut off the power from outside. Now, mind you, he told me he smelled no gas, which was a lie. after he told me he didn't smell no gas, after he went over my upstairs and we were going downstairs, the police officer wanted to go to my garage. So I sent my son to show the police officer where the garage is, and I went upstairs with the guy. I'm not thinking that these two people are a part of conspiracy to commit murder. The police officer poured gas in my garage to distort the smell that I was smelling upstairs. The smell that I was smelling upstairs versus the smell that was in that garage was two different smells or whatever. Natural gas has its own smell, and your car gas or your gas to go on your lawnmower has another smell. So they thought they was distorting my smell. But your guy said he never smelled anything. I mean, well, he never registered that with the machine. He never registered anything or whatever. But he kept in and out my house. I ain't think nothing was wrong or whatever. That's until the next day or whatever. But that night he told me he put batteries inside my thermostat downstairs. I'm not thinking nothing other. I thought he was being nice or whatever. Then he wants to turn my thermostat up to 80 degrees on upstairs and 80 degrees downstairs. Next day I said, well, no. He wanted to turn it down low. He wanted to turn it to 60 something degrees. I said, sir, this is a big house. If you turn the thermostat down low to 60 something degrees, it's gonna be cold. He said, well, I'm helping you with your bill. I said, oh, my bill don't be that high. My gas bill usually like $60 in that big house because we don't burn because of the system that was in there previously before they removed it out and put that trash in there now. The next day I woke up. It's cold upstairs, so I cut up the thermostat to 80, go downstairs and cut up the thermostat to 80 again. Waited a couple of hours, now it's warm upstairs. Halfway and going downstairs, it's cold. And I'm trying to figure out, why is it cold? I turned the thermostat up or whatever. I was like, well, it's on 80 and it's cold down here. I'm wondering why. Took the thermostat off the wall. And because that's when I remember that he put some batteries in there. So that was the only thing different. So maybe because he put these batteries in there is the reason why my thermostat ain't working properly. So I took the thermostat cover off the wall and did not touch the batteries, knocked the batteries on the floor and put them back on the wall. And guess what? The fucking thermostat don't work. So upstairs was working or whatever, and downstairs wasn't. Now, let's go to the next day when I called y'all. I called y'all again about smelling gas, but I didn't smell gas. It was simply for the purposes of y'all telling my neighbors or whatever that I had a bomb in my house or a gas sending mechanism. Let me go ahead and say gas sending mechanism, because when I say bomb or whatever, the fact that it blows up or whatever, or my house could blow up, that's why I call it a bomb. But it was sending gas through my house and you could smell it or whatever, right? So I only called for you all to let my neighbors know or whatever that there was a gas sending mechanism in my house, so I didn't have to walk around. Do you see that date when I called the second time about the same issue?
Was this back in 2022?
Yes, it was.
Okay. I don't see that. I do see the gas leak order from January the 18th.
There should have been another one. Who was my provider at the time? Because I'm going to go and call them.
So it looks like your provider at that time. I'm just waiting on my system to load.
And this is Atlantic Natural Gas or whatever. This is the central that got the little companies or whatever. Who was my provider? I'm gonna call them.
It was Georgia Natural Gas. Now I do see a gas leak order back from February.
Of what?
But I don't see of 2022.
Okay, perfect. That's what. So January I did one, and then I did another one in February, and that's when you all cut off my gas or whatever completely, because I put in a court motion that I had gas upstairs and no gas downstairs. So nobody came out. It took them forever to come out, and so I got a feeling over me that I had better leave my own house or whatever. Come to find out, I was paying a natural gas bill or whatever, and y'all had already cut my gas off, and I knew that upstairs was working and downstairs wasn't working because of how they got my attic rigged. Oh, wait for it. So February the what now?
February the 12th.
February the 12th.
Another leak order. Yes, ma'am.
And what was okay, thank you. What was the end finding of that or whatever? What was the outcome?
On February the 12th?
Yeah.
No one was there when I arrived, so we left the gas off as a safety.
No one was there or whatever, and y'all did what y'all wanted to do by cutting it off because I'd already spelled out that y'all you wasn't. If I wasn't there or whatever, how y'all knew y'all was at the right house? How did y'all know that y'all was at the right house? The reason why y'all cut my gas off. Y'all cut it off. Y'all cut it off because I can prove that upstairs would get warm and downstairs would not. Upstairs had hot water and downstairs did not because of how y'all got my attic rigged. You're not supposed to cut off somebody's, because it could have been the wrong address. You're not supposed to cut off somebody's gas or whatever until you actually see them in person, because something else could have changed, right?
Yes, ma'am. Well, so as a safety, because no one was there, we have your address. We go to the correct address. If no one's there, we'll shut the gas off to make it safe.
And what if the person gave you the wrong address? So you just shut off people's gas with the wrong address?
If it goes into that address and the address is incorrect, then yes.
Okay.
We'll still shut it off.
Y'all gonna explain it at a later date or whatever, because I'm gonna be able to prove that I got 2 different lines in my house now. One that was sending that gas or whatever through there with me and my child in there, and then another one or whatever that's the good line, so I can have some hot water. Do you understand me? But okay, now let's go to the next.
Mrs. Grissett, if you would like, I can get a supervisor on the line so that they'll be better able to assist you now if you would like.
Do that.
Okay, can I place you on a brief 5 to 7 minute hold just while I get someone on the line for you?
Most certainly.
Thank you.
Stupid. They you don't cut somebody's shit off or whatever just because they made a phone call. They did that shit intentional. So if I ever needed to get in there, I had to call back for it. And then I had already put in a court motion of what they did. As a matter of fact, since she told me February the 12th, all I got to do is go find that court motion what I discussed or whatever, that my house upstairs is hot and the downstairs is cold because they did something, and the thermostat upstairs work and the one downstairs don't work. Y'all don't fucking play with me. Oh, we gonna put this on social media today. We gonna put this on social media today because we're gonna be very clear. I'm comfortable with myself or whatever. So if I feel like I'm by myself or whatever, I'm gonna have to do everything I need to do or whatever. Because if you kill me, I'm gonna leave that goddamn evidence behind. You motherfuckers came in my house. You did something to my attic or whatever. Then you using my own child or whatever to get rid of evidence or whatever. Yes. Them batteries still on that goddamn floor. And they better stay there. I didn't touch them. Because I didn't use no damn batteries or whatever. What the fuck I need to use the battery for? The fucking thermostat work. The other one upstairs work. Unless y'all cut that bitch off, and I believe y'all did. Y'all gonna wish y'all had never came in my goddamn house with me dead or alive. Pick the right one about some kids being motherfucking molested, and all you had to do is arrest them nasty motherfuckers, and then they failing African American students or whatever. Who the fuck y'all thought I was to know that and not do nothing about it? Listening to my conversations or whatever, and I'm a post where y'all hung up. Hell, how y'all hung up or whatever? She a bad person that's talking. I'm not giving. They want my number. So I can agree that I gave my number to somebody for the purpose of a hack. I ain't giving nobody no damn number. Respond to me via email. You aren't supposed to cut off nobody fucking gas or whatever unless you speak to the person, because it could have been a fucking lie. They did that shit because they knew it was an issue. Now you can't blow up my house because there ain't no gas running through that motherfucker. But I want my money back for paying that goddamn bill or whatever that I paid for 6 months or whatever. And y'all ain't had no gas running through that motherfucker. And I can't wait to get that conversation with Georgia Powell. Y'all fucking with me, and I'm gonna show you who you fucking with. Georgia Power made me pay them February. I had to find out late. February the 16th, that lady said that they cut off my gas. So why the hell am I still paying the gas bill for? Wait for it. Wait for it. Let me go ahead and post this. I'll be back.